It's another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of our live Saturday broadcast from InWheelTime.com. And I don't care. Hi! From Studio A in Texas, USA, it's the award-winning all things automotive car talk show In Wheel Time. Just ahead, a review of our new car of the week, the 2020 Toyota Highlander, this week in automotive history, and the stories making news headlines, along with a few guests. That and more just ahead on today's In Wheel Time car show for Saturday, October the 17th, 2020. Howdy. Along with King Conrad DeLong, I'm Don Armstrong. Forget all those other people that are out there. We don't care about them back there behind the curtain. You know, it's going to turn out to be one of those kind of days. I have that gut feeling. I don't know what it is. Something says, yeah, it's just not quite right.
But that's the show. If you're not having fun, and if it's not just all the last moment of
shenanigans,
getting ready, and then like 10 seconds after the show starts, it's like, oh no.
You know, I
joys of being live.
I wonder if we're actually broadcasting out there. That's what I'm really wondering.
I'm looking for it.
He's looking to double check to make sure that it's there.
We always double check.
Well, it never works, so I don't even know why we bother with that. But anyway, it's a car, an SUV, and truck talk show. And we talk about all things automotive, including new car reviews. We have King Conrad's auto history, his car clinic, and Lord knows what else he brings to the table today other than his beautiful self. And we have some guests, and we're just going to get right to it right now, as a matter of fact. And our first guest this morning, his name is Bryant Blakemore, and he is representing...
This is Willie.
This is Willie.
Willie Morales, South Texas GM Car Club.
Oh.
The one on the top of the list, Don.
Oh. See, I told you. I told you that there was going to be a major problem today. Well, I've just found out what it is.
It's Don Armstrong.
It's Don Armstrong. And I'm not exactly sure, but, you know, Willie, I told you I was feeling a little funny about this hour, so I apologize. I was ahead of myself because, see right here, it says 10 a.m. Well, it's not 10 a.m. yet.
It's 9:30.
I know.
Do you know where your children are?
I was way ahead of myself, clearly. But at any rate, Willie Morales. Willie, it's good to see you. I have no idea what we're going to talk about with you, but I'm trying to find that as we speak. So if you'll bear with me just a moment while the computer opens up the 9:30 segment of our program today. I'll be with you in just a moment. But in the meantime, Mr. Mars happens to know all about this, so we're just going to let him go ahead and take care of it.
I'm telling you, Willie, how are you doing? Willie and I had a really nice conversation. Willie's down in Corpus Christi, and he's with the South Texas GM Club, and they've got an event coming up. And I used to do a lot of freelance work down in that area in Corpus Christi for a couple of magazines and a couple of events that he's familiar with. So I saw his event come up on Facebook. It caught my attention because of where he's at. And he's got some really interesting ideas and some things going on that, to me, make this event a little unique. So why don't you start with the club, Willie. Tell us about the club.
Okay. We started this club about 4 months ago, South Texas GM Club. Any vehicle under the GM logo that was made by GM is welcome to join. So Buick, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Cadillac, GMC, Chevrolet, anyone under the GM label.
So there's your Oldsmobile, Conrad.
Yep. So in the GM label, are you also including the Saabs and the Hummers, if there are any out there?
Actually, yeah, the Saturns and the Hummers, yes, sir.
Okay.
And also anything powered with an LS or GM motor.
Oh, okay. So that sneaks in all those guys who upgraded their Mustangs to an LS motor, right?
Exactly. All those sleeper cars that you think, are just regular old Ford.
So how big is the club?
We're probably about 70 members strong right now.
Okay.
This is our first annual Honor Our Veterans Car, Truck, and Motorcycle Show that we're hosting.
And where are you hosting it at?
It's going to be at Bridgeway Church, which is 3202 Rodfield Road here in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
All the proceeds are going to go to our veterans. We've got 4 charities that we're going to donate to, which is the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, Military One Source, Women's Veterans of the Coastal Bend, and United Vietnam Veterans of Texas.
Awesome. And how much is the registration to join the show?
For the car to be judged, it's $30. To just show your car is $20. And if you're a veteran, there's a $5 off promo code that you can use because veterans get $5 off.
Okay, I got a question. Why would you not bring your car there and have it judged? I mean, I'd be willing to pay an extra $10 to have it judged. It's probably not going to win, but I want to know all the things that are wrong with it for the next show.
Well, yeah, I can see your point, and then some people just want to come to add it. You know, it's a stock car, factory, Corvette, whatever, and they're just coming out to support the show because as I've been telling people that have been calling me or reaching out to me, the more cars, the more slingshots, motorcycles, etc., the more people are going to come out, the more money we can raise for this show.
Gotcha.
Well, and one of the things that caught my attention about it, because when I first started going down there, I lived in San Antonio. So it's only a couple of hours. You don't think about it, but it's only a couple of hours down there, and it's only like 3.5 hours from Houston. So if you're looking for something for a weekend, or you could make a day out of it, you could go down there, spend the day down there.
Man, I'm making a weekend out of it. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to knock on Willie's door and go, "Bud, let me in. I know you got us a beer down there, so let's party."
There you go. There you go. So Willie, when you said it was at the church. Now, when you come into Corpus Christi, there's 2 main ways in coming in from San Antonio or Houston. Whereabouts? Is it in Corpus Christi? Corpus Christi?
Yes, it's in Corpus Christi. It would be off of South Padre Island Drive, which anyone that's come to Corpus pretty much knows that's our main freeway going towards the beach.
It's the only freeway.
We have what they call 358, which is crosstown. But yeah, SPID is the main one. You would go as if you're going towards the beach, exit Rodfield Road, which is right off the freeway. Take a right, and it's about 2 miles down. I mean, it's impossible to miss.
Well, if anybody's going to go down there, I would imagine that they would actually look all this stuff up on Facebook, because I understand that you've got a page for this event on Facebook, right?
Yes, sir, and that's also where they can register, and that page is stxgmclub.com.
stxclub.com.
And if any of our watchers were interested in just making a donation to your cause, can they do that on your Facebook page as well?
We don't have necessarily a donation part, but they can always reach out to me via email. My phone number's on the flyers that we have out there.
Now, so, Willie, the way that you're supposed to answer that is, yes, make the check out to me personally, and here is my home address, and the U.S. Postal Service will be sure and put it in my mailbox in a couple of days.
With a ballot.
With a ballot.
With a ballot.
Yeah, that's right,
No,
a ballot. Don't forget the
with
ballot.
15 ballots.
But also, the unique thing about this car show is, of course, as y'all know, 2020 has not been the greatest year for any of us.
Really?
So I put off promoting this show till about 5 weeks ago. I didn't want the sponsors, money to go to waste trying to promote it, and then we have to cancel because of the COVID thing.
Well,
So we're in full, go right now. The first 200 entries receive a free event shirt. So, as an example, if you're a veteran and you're paying to be judged, it's $30 to enter, minus the $5, so that's $25. You get a free event shirt that's probably, we're probably paying $20 a shirt for. So it's basically $5 to come out and help, raise money for, the local veterans charities that turn around and help, them when they're in need, because they're always underappreciated and underthanked.
Well, and it's great to see the recognition you guys are trying to bring them. We do, a friend of mine, Bill Zelig, does another one, Veterans Day up in Bastrop. and it all goes to the same types of charities, but they closed for COVID. So people who want a chance to go do something to help the veterans with their car, what a great opportunity to take a cruise on down to Corpus.
Well, you know,
one
of the things that I just have to interject here is that we have a lot of car clubs that watch our show, and this would be a great cruise event. You get up on Saturday morning, give yourself enough time to get down there, and then as a group, you all have fun, stop at the Buc-ee's on the way, and midway down there, and get down there and go as a group.
There's a lot of great stuff down there to do that you can do on a weekend as a group in a car club.
Even to go down the night before and spend the night in a hotel so that you're there bright and early in the morning. I know a lot of car clubs look to do a weekend event, whether it's a Northside Mustang Club or Montgomery County Car Enthusiasts or the Oldsmobile Gulf Coast.
Or the Corvette Club, whatever. It doesn't mean any difference, whatever club it is.
So we're going to invite all of you to go on out and take a cruise down there to Corpus Christi and join them and help them on a worthy cause.
Yes, sir. We appreciate that. We've had a great response once I started promoting this. I literally put this on every Facebook page that I can. We've got all kinds of motorcycle clubs that have shared it with their local and state chapters, which most of those guys are ex-veterans. We've got a group from San Angelo that's coming. So if there's the question that I'm sure a lot of your viewers are going to want to know, is there room to put trailers? Because a lot of these car guys trailer their cars in. And yes, this church is on 10 acres of land. So we've got it well manicured, well ready for cars and trailers, Winnebagos, whatever they're going to bring their show car in on.
Just cut the grass. That's all we ask. That's all we need. Yeah,
that's right.
Willie, hey, it's great to talk to you. Thanks so much. And the South Texas GM Car Club, Willie Morales, and Big Veterans Benefit Car Show. We appreciate you. Good luck. And thanks again for checking in with us. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Hey, thank you for joining us on this Saturday. It's kind of a, as the weather forecaster,
it's crummy out there, isn't it?
What is with the weather forecasters?
I don't know. I'd much rather it be in the 60s than in the 90s.
No, but I mean, it's overcast and ugly is what I'm saying.
It was supposed to be clear skies, blue weather, perfect today.
Yes.
Well,
somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, there's that. All right. Well, we have coming up our pre-owned car of the week. Jeffrey Dziekan is going to get from behind the camera in front of the camera, and he's going to tell us all about his pre-owned car of the week. And you know what? I just want you to stay tuned and hear about this car. And you're not going to believe it when you hear it, but just stay tuned. We're going to show you in a minute.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #alone together. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Twerk. No.
What did you say?
He was twerking.
No, I wasn't.
It's not a picture you want to see either, or me.
But he has that look on his face that he did it. I wasn't looking up at the time.
Like I got caught doing it.
You got caught doing it.
There you go.
Yeah. Just like I did throwing spitballs at the metal blinds in class.
Oh, I thought that was like last week.
It was. It'd be kind of like hitting those license plates back there.
Ding, ding,
you take that
ding,
thing and you
ding.
pull it. Pow! And everybody's all studying. It's all nice and quiet. And kaboom in the classroom.
Out of their skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had a class that they studied?
Well, we kind of faked it. Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. Time now for our pre-owned car of the week. Mr. Dziekan gets to talk about you sitting down? The Volvo S60.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Kind of a nice. What year model?
This is a 2017.
So, but the
Volvo
question
S60.
is, why did you select this particular car?
Well, we talked about it last night at dinner. And,
well, why don't you tell everybody else?
Sure. We talked about it last night at dinner with Donna, my wife, and it was a few weeks ago. We were driving home from the restaurant, and yes, there was some beverages involved, and we saw a vehicle on the road. I said, that is a good-looking vehicle. That's pretty nice. And she goes, I think it's a Volvo. I said, I'm going to do a review on that. She goes, you're nuts. It's a Volvo.
Who wants that?
It's actually, well, here you go. So it's a 2017 Volvo S60. And something that I've learned in this is that these vehicles are built in Belgium and in China, which blew my mind.
I didn't realize China.
Yeah, Belgium and China. The one that we're going to review here, as soon as we get it pulled up, potted up, there it is. It is you have a 2.0, a 2.0 turbo, 2.0 supercharged turbo, and a 2.0 twin turbo. This one happens to be just the 2.0, just the base model. And this is a platform that Volvo bases all the other, all the other
cars,
all the other
SUVs,
exactly, all the other trim levels on this. So you're between 240 and 362 in the horsepower, with the the maximum,
depending on the motor.
Exactly,
362.
Dang. with the
With the
2-liter twin turbo. The 307 would be the 2-liter supercharged turbo. So it's kind of like a mid-range in that. It's an inline 4-cylinder. I did not know that either, which is pretty cool. I think that's great. 258 to 347 on the torque, and they measure it in, guess what? Newton meters.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
They do.
Newton meters. I'd never even heard of a Newton meter until a few weeks ago.
With the Cadillac, yeah.
It's metric.
Metric. Absolutely.
Whatever.
So it's a 30 mile an hour car. It's 17.8 gallon fuel tank. And as you see on the photos there, it's got the center pod. Now, if you look at that with the 4 dials and the little keypad, that's actually designed to look like a telephone keypad.
I can see that.
You can actually dial out. It's pretty neat.
Wait a minute. So, in other words, I can call your cell phone from that little thing there.
Yeah, you dial it up and,
How do you work the radio?
That would be with the dials.
And then you text with a C is 3 2s.
Well,
And then right after that, you crash.
Exactly. You're not supposed to be texting and driving. Don't listen to Conrad on that one. That's not right.
And it's Volvo, the leader in automotive safety.
And we're going to get to that. We're absolutely going to get to that. You can get it in a front-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive. It's a 5-seater. Don't go beyond 5-seater because the back leg room is really not that great. If you're 6 foot or taller, you're not going to be comfortable in the back seat. In fact, there's no real leg room, and it's like having a fan dancer trying to do a routine in a windstorm.
There's a word picture for you.
Cloth interior, leather interior. The leather comes with the sports seats.
Nice looking seats,
It's very good bolster on the sides. It kind of holds you in there, firms you up. Good dash. I like the dash. Good firm grip on the steering wheel. And a lot, the design of the dash is really good. I like it. There's good placement on it. And it's got the Bluetooth, satellite, HD, dual comfort zones, 12-speaker Harman Kardon, which I thought was impressive. And new, the vehicle's about 34. This one here, there's really no changes between 17 and 18 years. This one had about 50,000 miles on it, and it's right about 25 to 26,000.
That's pretty good resale on a 3-year-old
It's a
vehicle.
Volvo, which blew my mind. Now, you talked about safety. It gets 5 out of 5 on the awards. It just maximizes all the awards and the safeties and the braking and all that crash
worthiness.
Exactly.
But that's a trademark of the Volvo brand.
Exactly.
Is safety.
And it's a good vehicle. It surprised me when I started looking into this and doing the research on it, and I'm thinking, this is a good vehicle. This is a good vehicle.
And not a bad-looking vehicle. It's got that same kind of smooth look so many of the Aero cars get.
Competitors would be the Audi A3, BMW 3, but in the BMW, there's multiple versions of the BMW.
Right.
So it's just not a 3. It could be an I and all this other good stuff with the interior
Well, the 3
designs.
being the chassis, the next 2 numbers kind of being the engine,
Exactly.
320, 330, 335.
Yep. So I recommend it. Next week, we're looking for a Lamborghini Countach. So if anybody's got one out
there. Really?
Yeah.
How much is a Lamborghini Countach?
We'll find out next week when somebody calls me.
Great. Well, I wonder if we could take the camera off of Jeff.
There you go.
We'll have to get a hold of Peter Hurlson, the guy with all the Lamborghinis.
I got to drive a Lamborghini several years ago, and it really is a cool car. I don't know as if I would want one for everyday use.
Well, I'm not real sure I could get in and out of one at this point.
You pretty much have to lay down in the car.
And don't you have to sit on the driver's sill? You open the door and sit on the and to back up, and you look behind you and make sure you're not hitting anything.
It's not all what it's. It's got a lot of horsepower, and it sits real low to the ground, and it's really sleek and cool looking, and it's got tons and tons of power.
Well, and technology.
With the exception of power, Corvettes are the same way. Well, the new Corvettes have the power.
I don't know if I'd go there with a Lamborghini owner. They're going to defend their brand pretty strongly.
And
it was a very cool car, but I don't know about driving it every day or review the Lamborghini. But okay, fine. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. In Wheel Time Show continues right after these words.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would he do that? The train still doesn't stop. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Advance Auto Parts and CarQuest present the Boobs Rock Powder Puff Race. Saturday night, October 17th at Houston Motorsports Park. Gates open at 5. The green flag waves at 6. Wear a mask. Social distancing and sanitizer rules. Enjoy $1 hot dogs and $1 beer. $5 discount. Ticket info online at NASCARHouston.com. Saturday night, October 17th. Gates at 5. Racing at 6. Houston Motorsports Park. All car classes, including the Boobs Rock Powder Puff Race, supporting breast cancer awareness. It's the last race of the season. Boobs Rock. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to the In Wheel Time program. We really appreciate you here on this Saturday. It is the 17th of October, headed toward Halloween, and we wanted to mention that because if you were listening to us on a podcast, you have an idea of when this show was recorded. I don't know why we record it. I don't know why we even play it back, but at any rate,
it's fun.
It is fun. Well, we have a good time doing it. Okay, so typically at this point of the show, we talk about things like racing,
a little bit of the
shows, cruises, news headlines. So have at it.
Well, next weekend, IndyCar is in St. Petersburg, and I think they've only got a couple of races left. Formula One next weekend is in Portugal, and then the weekend after that is Romania, as they're making their kind of revised schedule going through Europe and stuff. They're not coming to the United States, so we're not going to see them in COTA. NASCAR this weekend is in Kansas. Next weekend's in Fort Worth, and NHRA this weekend is in Ennis, which is south of Dallas, and next weekend is going to be in Baytown, and we're going to be out there in Baytown broadcasting live. We've got a real nice group of folks to interview, and we'll be at the track on Saturday. So if you get a chance to come on out and say hi. And then the thought is the finals for NHRA is going to be the first weekend of November in Las Vegas, but there's a lot of question as to whether or not they're actually going to make that or not with some of the struggles Las Vegas is having right now. This weekend, IMSA's at Road Atlanta, and those of you who've followed Alec Udell on the show with us, he was racing yesterday in Atlanta in his Mercedes GT3.
He was leading?
No, he was racing. They ended up, they started 11th and finished 13th, but there was like 50-some-odd cars running.
Oh, Lord. Kind of like I-10 there.
It was a big full track. And then the 31st of October, IMSA is going to be at Laguna Seca. And that's always a fun track to go to. One I need to get to myself and watch because there's some...
A Halloween thing. Okay.
And then national shows and stuff. Still a lot of them are on the cancel side of things. But again, they are going to have next weekend the Japanese Classic Car Show in Long Beach, California, which is, Don's a big fan of the JDM Japanese domestic market cars, and they've got some cool cars that they never brought to the States. So there'll be a huge turnout of those. The Houston Exotic Auto Festival is still going on, and that's going to be November 8th, and they're talking to them. They're still going to have that.
Well, the outdoor events, I think, are one thing. However, the indoor events, I don't know.
And, for us here in Houston, I don't know if they've made a final decision on the auto show yet.
Well, and that's what I was going to bring up. Autorama has been canceled.
Correct.
Yes.
But my guess is, and I don't know this, my guess is that the Houston Auto Show is not going to happen this year.
Last time I talked to Rochelle, the OEMs were inquiring about,
what the situation was here.
What they were going to do as far as keeping people's distances, how they're going to handle all that stuff. And you're talking about a facility that's not designed to do that kind of stuff if you put it full of cars. I mean, the auto show, I just
don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Unless what they do is they kind of modify it, because the Houston Auto Show has really introduced a lot of outdoor events with the ride and drives that they've done outside.
Yeah, but even at that, people are standing next in line. They're up
I just
each
don't
other.
see it happening. Sorry.
I think it would reduce it.
And I'll be honest with you. Going one step further, I'm not sure about the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And if that happens, it's going to be highly, highly modified. You're not going to have the livestock show.
Oh, true.
Because that's indoors.
And you're right next to each other.
And I don't know about the barbecue cook-off. Remember the whole thing in Houston?
Started.
That's the whole thing when it started here in Houston. They shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But at any rate.
So it's an ever-changing world, and we're all trying to live in it.
Yeah. So a few of the headlines making stories this week. First of all, a big-time Houstonian looks like he's not going to be doing too well. Did you hear about this Brockman story? Reynolds and Reynolds. Have you ever heard of them?
Oh, yeah. They do dealer management systems, big computer systems inside dealerships.
So Mr. Robert T. Brockman, head of the largest private dealership management system company in the United States, was charged with using a web of Caribbean entities to evade taxes in what may be the largest prosecution of its kind in U.S. history.
Oh,
offshore accounts.
Brockman is CEO of Reynolds and Reynolds of Dayton, Ohio, a DMS, dealer management system provider. They provide dealerships and manufacturers here in the U.S., Canada, and Europe management tools, a computer management tool.
Yeah, when you go into a dealership and they write your repair order in the service department, that's all done. Not all, but Reynolds and Reynolds is one of the providers of that.
So Brockman on Thursday was indicted in U.S. District Court in San Francisco on 39 counts of tax fraud, money laundering, destruction of evidence, and other financial charges. He pleaded not guilty by video conference from Houston.
Is he a politician?
No, but I think he has something to do with Enron. Anyway, Brockman's UCS merged with Reynolds and Reynolds in a $2.8 billion transaction back in 2006.
Yep.
Even when he was acquiring Reynolds and Reynolds in 2006, he was described as reclusive and private. I guess so. Houston Business Journal that year called Brockman one of Houston's wealthiest but least known businessmen and an intensely private millionaire. Well, good luck to you.
He was
not
private.
Too private anymore. He's going to be sharing a small room, concrete room.
I wonder if he's going to get a large suitcase and manage to
disappear
get
to Lebanon.
He's going to share a room with here in Carlos Ghosn. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's it.
And the Ford pickup moved to the top of the spot from third place in last year's report with 38,938 thefts, up from 36,355 in 2018. Full-size Ford pickup, traditionally the top-selling U.S. pickup, also became the most stolen vehicle of 2019, according to a National Insurance Crime Bureau report. Hot Wheels, America's top 10 most stolen vehicle makes measures theft data submitted by law enforcement to the National Crime Information Center. Ford pickup moved to the top spot from third place in last year's report.
But that somewhat goes.
It's always good to be number one.
So I have to ask, how do you steal new cars? It's not like it used to be where you just hotwire the thing.
No, they've got some pretty intense security systems built into vehicles. There's people that'll sit out in a parking lot with a computer and a little radar. No, it's not quite radar, but a little electronic capture device, and you'll go up to your vehicle and remotely unlock it, and they'll try and capture all that ID stuff and then follow you home and remotely unlock your vehicle.
Way too sophisticated for me.
It's extremely sophisticated.
All right, well, that's it for this hour of the In Wheel Time Car Show. More right after this. Hey, thanks for checking us out. Don Armstrong saying be sure and join us live every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on YouTube, Facebook, and InWheelTime.com. Our podcasts are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. We'll see you next time.